Welcome to thevisionarywoman.com.
Growing up, he was a drug addict growing up, and so for me, he wasn't there. And so for a growing young girl, your first love should be your father. That first interaction with a man should be your dad. And so for me, I didn't have that. So growing up, I struggled, with a lot when it comes to the opposite sex and the relationship. So in return, I experienced everything from, self-esteem issues, domestic abuse. So for me, and ironically, the name of my program is Love Yourself. And Love Yourself is my personal testimony. I just don't think that God is going to, lack of a better word, send you somewhere haphazardly and not cover you. So God's saying, hey, here, I'm going to take you through this, but I really, really want you to then feed someone else. It's the same thing, we have a seed. When seeds are continuing to be planted, it has to be carried by some type of host, whether it's another animal, whether it's a force of nature, whether it's the wind. So that's what I'm doing. I'm continuing to plant seeds connecting my past and with my future. And that's what I'm doing. And that's the base of my program, self-esteem, loving yourself, not accepting bad habits and attitudes and behaviors from people that's not a reflection of love. Not just as a Christian, but I really had to grow spiritually. I think Christianity is your belief, it's who you believe in, it's your, how did we get here? But you can be a Christian and not be spiritually sound. What did it for me is when I accepted an apology that was never given. So when I learned that apology wasn't for him and it was for me. And let me tell you something, my father's one of my best friends right now, OVE. But I think love starts from within first. And I teach the girls often that love is more than just a feeling. It's a gift. It is a gift to receive. It is also a gift to actually give it as well. Because there are people that don't know how to receive love. Type of love. What is healthy love? Because some of us are attracted to the familiar. So if, for instance, if I was a young girl and the way that the man showed me, the way they care about me is if they're possessive. Love me is if they are possessive because that's familiar, So then you have to undo it. But for me, I think with these girls and these children in this next generation, we can really, really talk so much to the kids. The people that we have to heal first is the parents. You can come here with me and spend time with me, but you got to go home to something else that's inconsistent than what we are doing here. Where everybody, literally everyone is an opportunist. So we're all about, what can you do for me? If I do this for you, what can you do for me? Okay, well, I see that I would like to be famous. We're living in this world of being famous. We want to be noticed. We want to be recognized. So you know what we do? We hop upon socioeconomic issues to give ourselves a sense of notoriety and validity. Facing that are genuine to them, it's become a trend to others. It's hard to even find genuine people who are on this platform. Like I often tell people, I don't think God put me on top model necessarily to further my modeling career. I just don't. I think if you're given a platform, if you have any sense of it, if you're a famous celebrity, it is your obligation. That is your obligation. That is your purpose to really help others. Of confidence, because that's confidence. You're not going to have change when you have a spirit of condemnation. We're culturally divided because I think oftentimes we also systematically keep ourselves in a box, keep ourselves in this box. Prime example, you have programs, but all you're teaching little black boys is to play basketball. You're not teaching them lacrosse. You're not teaching them golf. It's double dutch and step. So how do you expect them to even know how to communicate or even sit next to Molly when she gets to school or in the real world? She can't even have a conversation where she can't tell you, I don't know what an onomatopoeia is. I'm not going to have a program. And I'm not going to be a mentor that's helping raising this next generation where I'm going to have this systematic, okay, yeah, I'm going to have step and hip hop dance. No, my girls are doing everything from African dance. We have studied everything from Othello to who Apollo is. I mean, esteem of yourself. And if you attack their self-esteem and really break you, know your value, know that you're valuable, and understand how you want to be treated, bad behavior, none of that. How you want to be treated is never up for compromise, ever.
TheVisionaryWoman.com. Watch our host of insightful video exchange interviews. Listen to the Visionary Woman Hotspot Talk Radio to empower your evenings and read fascinating articles of inspiration and perseverance, all with you in mind. Visit us on our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.